to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Congratulations on You Gotta Believe. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, you saw it. Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I grew up playing baseball. I was a second baseman, so
Oh, me too. People
yeah.
always ask my position. I played second.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, great position.
Yeah.
Um,
I never
but
had
yeah,
the arm to make it from third, but I was quick, so I could play the infield.
yeah, I enjoyed playing shortstop, but I grew up with a kid who had the best arm in like the
Yeah.
state of Connecticut, so I was no match for him.
Yeah.
Such is life. But yeah, I mean, this is a great story, obviously based on a true story. You play
Yeah.
Cliff, and you have some fun moments with Luke Wilson and the rest of the cast. And
Yeah.
I was curious what it was like co-starring with him and doing another baseball movie like this.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying it was really cool to see Luke Wilson because we did X-Files years ago and we
Oh
had
yeah.
kind of a fun episode together, kind of one of the humorous ones they did. So I hadn't seen him in a while. And it was great to get reunited with him. And then I've always been a huge Greg Kinnear fan. So I was most of my scenes are with him, and he's just so talented. It's funny, you work with these actors that have been doing it for a while, and you see why they're really good. So that was a very cool experience.
Yeah, as I said that, I realized most of your scenes were with Greg Kinnear out on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those are great. Yeah, you had a fun character.
Yeah.
And did it sort of feel like almost like a full circle type moment? I know you played a ball player, as a kid in the
Yeah.
movies, and now here you are as an adult in a youth baseball movie.
Yeah. I like to think I was the James Earl Jones of this movie, kind of the veteran actor coming in. Uh, yeah, it was very full circle. A lot of people ask me about Sandlot and my experience on it and what I remember the most, and most of the time the answer is not necessarily what's on the screen, because I remember filming the movie and I haven't seen the movie that much. So uh, to be on a set with 9, 10 kids playing baseball, that was very nostalgic for me. It was kind of the first time that's happened for me, where I've been on a baseball set. I've done plenty of movies since Sandlot, but this is sort of the first like baseball one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's great. Yeah. And yeah, I can't wait for everyone else to see it because it's a wonderful story. It's sad, but very,
Yeah.
inspiring. And
Yeah, it is.
yeah, so it's great. And I know and speaking of Sandlot, I was curious if, you've shown your kids the Sandlot, and if, you think it's still a good movie, for kids in this day and age,
Yeah.
if big fans of it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's great for this day and age. One of the main plot points is get out there and get in a little bit of trouble, not too
Yeah.
much trouble, but come on. So I think it's a good message with all the screens and AI and all this stuff taking over the world. Um, I have shown them. My 7-year old seen it. My 4-year old is not. Uh, I think he gets a little confused because seeing dad younger, I don't think it's. I think it's a little confusing for him. So it's not the number one thing playing in my house, but it doesn't beat Ninja Turtles. What can I say?
Well, nothing does.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Thought I turned that off.
It's all good. And full disclosure, I used to work at an office where I was like working with this production guy, and I would like I would ask him to do it was like, hey, can you help me with this annoying thing? And he would say, "You're killing me, Smalls." And then but he would call me Will when I wasn't, annoying him. But then if I came with him, I was like, hey, I need your help. He'd be like, you're killing me, Smalls. So
So you'd get Smalls when it was annoying, but your real name when you were good. Okay,
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, he's like, oh, today's a good day. I can call you Will. But
Yeah,
so your quote lives on.
that's great.
It's eternal.
It
Uh,
sure is, right? Crazy. I had no idea saying it. It would make it this long.
yeah, it's got a great ring to it.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I grew up watching Recess, and I know you voiced a
Oh,
character on it.
yeah.
Have your kids seen Recess? Have you shown them?
No, they do love cartoons, but I haven't shown them Recess. That
They're
was great.
young.
Yeah, that was a great one. I did a bunch of different voices on that one, so it was really that
Oh
was a
yeah,
good experience. Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I also wanted to ask, I mean, I can't wait. It looks great, your upcoming movie, Monster Summer.
Yeah.
With Mason, Mel Gibson, a great cast. Is there anything you can share about that or what that experience was like? I can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
I mean, again, similar to Greg Kinnear, like watching Mel Gibson work, you realize why he is one of the greatest actors that's ever been, You just they do these small things and you know, it's small internal moments that kind of happen. And when you're on the other side of that, like I was with Greg Kinnear, uh, I worked with him more, I think, than I did Mel Gibson on You Gotta Believe. It's really fun to watch and you start to learn a bit. But yeah, that was a great experience that, um, getting back out there. I kind of took a break to have kids and get through COVID and sort of getting back out there. So to have two movies coming out is exciting. And Mason's a great kid, he's
Yeah.
hitting his teens. So good luck. Good luck getting through those. I don't know
Yeah.
how I did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can't wait to see it. And that's great that you're, keeping busy. And
Yeah.
COVID was a tough time. But and I was curious, it's great child actor and still keeping busy and looking back on the experience. I mean, or looking at the talent today. I mean, are there other child actors, up and coming young actors who you think are particularly, you're like, wow, that kid is, really special or anything like that since you had that experience as a young actor?
Yeah. I mean, I I will say Michael Cash is great.
Oh yeah.
Um, and like this kid can dance. Have you seen him on the socials? I just started fol-
I'm not good with the socials, but he did I spoke with him, I guess it was a couple days ago, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, are you a baseball player in real life?" He's not. He's like, "No, I'm a dancer though, so I need to check
He's
that out."
I do some dancing myself on social media with the Chubby Gingers. I don't know if you've heard of us. We're actually not very good, but he's a legitimate dancer and is pretty darn talented. So, but yeah, I mean, he's great. Like you said, Mason from Monsters Summer is really good. I mean, it's crazy to see uh, all these guys. This is how old we were, and it's exciting to watch them grow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is there, you mentioned you're a Greg Kinnear fan, as am I. Is there a particular movie of his that's your favorite, like a role of his?
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine. Come on, right? Yeah. Um, I
Yeah.
mean that was so fun. I think I saw that. Did I see that? Oh no, not Eternal Sunshine. I'm sorry.
Little
That's
Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine. Thank you. I think I
I
saw
know
it.
what you mean. I know
Yeah,
what you
thank you. Little Miss Sunshine.
mean.
I think I saw that did I see it at Sundance? I think I saw it at a festival. So like right where you're supposed to see it too.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I later did a movie with Abigail Breslin too, which was kind of fun. So I've now worked with both of them. Um, but yeah, Little Miss Sunshine was incredible. Loved
Oh, that's
that.
great.
And then
Uh,
yeah, I mean, then there's the one with Jack Nicholson. What's that
oh
one?
yeah.
As good as it gets.
Good as it gets. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he is so great in that too.
Of course.
But I mean, you could name 20 movies of Greg Kinnear's. That's the thing about Greg Kinnear.
Of course.
Yeah.
So in addition to the Sandlot, while I have you, I also owned The Big Green on VHS back in the
Cool.
day. Seen those movies, I can't tell you how many times. Do you stay in touch by chance with any of the cast from those movies, throwbacks?
Yeah. Not a lot from The Big Green. I I did another movie with Steve Gutenberg a couple of years later. Um, and I sort of saw him over the years a couple times. I'm trying to think who else was in that. But Sandlot, I do see those guys from time to time. I think because that movie is sort of become what it's become. So we'll do appearances or show up at places once or twice a year and bump into each other. So I definitely stay in touch with those guys.
Well,
Yeah.
that's great. That's always nice to hear. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of being in that
I
movie.
did just see Paulie the other day though, so that was cool. He did a documentary and I went and did a little spot on it for him.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Patrick. That's all the
Yeah.
time I have, but it was very nice to meet you and
Yeah, man.
congratulations again.
Thanks for having me.